WTF, YouTube?
So if you haven't heard, some huge updates have happened to monetization on YouTube that affect every small creator out there. Does it affect you? How will it affect you? And is this a bad thing? Keep watching to find out. Hey, I'm Adam, and if you're new here and you want to learn more about how to grow your small YouTube channel, click subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video.
Alright guys, Logan Paul took a video with a dead body. What should we do? Let's demonetize his channel, ban him from our platform, and offer a public apology. What? What about you? Let's demonetize the smaller channels, that way we can put even more money into Logan Paul. You're a goddamn genius, you know that?
Well, shit has hit the proverbial fan yet again. If you follow my, Twitter? That's right. If you follow my Twitter, you might have seen my predictions for 2018 on the 31st of December, where I said for those buzzed about the new year, 2018 will be just as fucked, if not more fucked than 2017. Some celebrity will die, some scandal will happen, Trump will say something stupid, EA and Activision will do shady business practices, some hype game will come out, and you will get laid. Those are my predictions for the new year. And everything has come to fruition. Everything as I have foreseen. Actually, Jake Paul exceeded all expectations with his sheer douchery in Japan.
What did he do?
No! You
know how it is in Japan, they're all about the respect. We're gonna be respectful.
LoganPaul.com/shop!
Look, they just got loaves of bread. I'll take the whole thing. What's the issue?
This one is just for a display.
Oh, so we're gonna be respectful. The Game Boy Color. How much? 9,500? Excuse me, sir. The game seems to be malfunctioning. Mucho broken, though. Toyota, I choose you. No. Okay, get him. Honey, get him. Catch you. I choose you. Japanese police. Thanks.
And what's the funniest part of all of this? The trickle-down effect in all of its glory is right here. At the top, you see some fuckbag, one of many, making crazy amounts of money, completely impervious to any level of ramification or repercussion. Yeah, they took away Jake Paul's show after enough people bitched. They removed him from the special monetization platform that they have reserved for only the biggest YouTubers. That's how they make all that money. And the funny thing is, people were shocked. People were like, what? What do you mean there's special monetization? And I'm like, you didn't know, bitch? It was clear as day. When you see Jake Paul, Logan Paul, one of those fucking Paul cocksuckers, running around singing like a retard, pretending to be black in a fucking Lamborghini, and all I could think was like, this is sheer garbage. It's trash. And he's getting paid exorbitant amounts of money for it. Welcome to America, bitch. People were upset. They were surprised. So, to make up for this recent scandal that obviously YouTube has lost some more advertisers for, YouTube puts out a lovely little email to every small channel. I also got one of the emails for one of my other channels that I don't really fuck with. Let's see, under new eligibility requirements, announcement today, your YouTube channel is no longer eligible for monetization because it doesn't meet the threshold of 4,000 hours of watch time within the past 12 months, in my case. And I looked at the email, and I said, whatever, I don't give a fuck. You read further, as a result, your channel will lose access to monetization tools and features associated with the partner program. From what I recently found out, in all actuality, you just lose the monetization. You still get to use cards, you still get to use end cards. I don't know if you still get to do scheduled videos. I could be wrong. Also, YouTube's monetization system kind of prioritizes videos that are monetized. So once again, YouTube stabs you in the back with a fucking shiv and then says, you should have gave me your booty last night, new fish. Oh, it's a rape joke. So now smaller channels are forced to basically up their game, in all honesty. It's probably a phrase I'll use a lot. Because now you need 1,000 subs, which honestly, in my opinion, getting 1,000 subscribers is not that hard. It's not. If I can do it multiple times, you can too. And I rode the short bus to school, dude. So if you're gonna sit here telling me you can't get 1,000 subscribers, but a guy who rode the short bus can, what does it say about you? And the 4,000 hours of view time over the course of a year doesn't seem that crazy. Though I feel like 2,000 hours would be more fair, but 4 might be a tough pill for someone to swallow, especially if they're not actually taking YouTube seriously. And that's the biggest caveat here. If you're not doing this seriously, you are going to get lost in the sauce. You just can't pop up whatever and expect to go viral now. That train is long since passed. You bastard! I'm serious. Let's see, about a couple months ago, 6 or 7, I was going through my partner network program thingy, and I was looking for a small YouTube channel because there was a forum. Basically, people were looking for collaborations and so on and so forth. So I took it upon myself to try and find a small YouTuber or a small channel that had something special, you know, like the diamond in the rough. I figured I'd find a small channel, I'd do a collabo with them, it'd be me giving back. You know, I'm not saying I'm huge, but to a guy who's got 50 subs, but he's got the talent, some guy with 30K subs doing a video with him might wake people up to like this unknown entity. But honest to God, I went through like 10 to 15 pages of collabo requests and found nothing good there. I found so many small channels that were shit kicking around, it wasn't funny. I mean, they were dreadful. Even some of the people on Twitter bitching about the YouTube partner program. I go to see some of their channels and it's just like, most of these people were focused on fucking Twitch anyway. So it's like, well, if you're focusing on Twitch and you're mad about this with YouTube, what the fuck do you care? You didn't put in the effort. I mean, really, from a business standpoint, YouTube's really fucked. They lose more money than they make. And a lot of these channels don't make any money. I'm just playing the devil's advocate in this sense. There's a shit ton of channels out there that make absolutely nothing, that are monetized for no fucking reason, and it is a waste of advertisers. For real. I even saw some people bitching about this and they haven't done a video in a year. What the fuck do you care? You're not putting in the effort. That's like going to a job, working for like a few weeks, and then going, this shit ain't for me. And then you leave and get mad 9 months later when your former place of employment didn't send you a check for not showing your bitch ass up. I mean, for real. This is from the standpoint of someone looking at some lazy motherfuckers that have channels that produce nothing. The exception to the rule is animators. Anyone who does real animation, some impressive stuff, you know, like flash skits, etc. Not people who do little stick figure rage comics. Alright? So they have an excuse for not putting out videos on a regular motherfucking basis. They're actually putting a lot of effort into animating. But then YouTube fucked these motherfuckers like last fucking year. So, if you're still trying to be an animator on YouTube, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. You better take your ass on Twitch or something. And then show people you doing the process of animating and some shit like that. I don't motherfucking know. It's like fucking learning martial arts. And you become a great martial artist. But then you go to a gunfight expecting your high kick to even the odds of a man using a fucking Beretta. I remember talking to Wendell about this. Because this is right when Wendell was like getting ready to launch level 1 text and everything. And I was talking about something in racing. It's a term called the step change. The step change is when you plateau. You reach a certain point. And you got 2 choices. You either up your game or you get fucking fired in the racing community. That was it. Every time I do some YouTube shit, I try to up my game. Every time. I know I'm a shitty editor. I spend a lot of time editing and a lot of time learning new techniques. Right now I'm trying to figure out Adobe After Effects. It's confusing the fuck out of me. But I'm putting in the effort. There's a lot of motherfuckers that don't. They think they could do just a fucking vlog showing their kids. Where are we going today? We're going to get ice cream. This isn't content. This is you having a boring ass motherfucking day. At least fucking Logan Paul tackles a midget and then smashes a plate against the motherfucker's head. I give him that. At least he's trying to entertain me, a motherfucker. On the subject of Logan Paul, I, like many, believe that he had something to do with all of this. Or I should say, I feel he was the catalyst. It's hard not to notice the coincidence in the timing of this all. But supposedly, from what I'm gathering, it seems that the events that were set in motion in last year's Adpocalypse had to do with smaller YouTube channels reposting other people's material and passing it off as theirs and monetizing it. Ads on hate speech videos, white supremacy, probably political videos that were a little too far left or too far right. Ads on terrorist videos, supposedly. This is what YouTube is doing to appease advertisers right now for last year's crap. It's just the timing seems real odd to me. Because usually when a big YouTuber fucks up, whether it was the Shane Dawson pedophile shit that just went on recently, Jake Paul running around Japan dressed as Pikachu, hitting cops in the face with a Pokeball like he's got no goddamn sense in his little white head, Or PewDiePie dropping the N-bomb, whatever. PewDiePie did nothing wrong.
That's all, folks.
Any way you slice it, man, the motherfuckers at the top made a fuck up, and they're the ones that are being watched. And the funny thing is, when the companies and the advertisers see this crap and they're like, oh god, we can't be in line with this, everybody takes the hit. But mainly it's just the small guys. It's the trickle-down economy. Someone at the top fucks up, they get a slap on the wrist. Don't you dare do any more of those housing schemes. Do you hear me, Wall Street? Do you hear me, bankers? Don't you dare do this again. Now here's your bailout. And the American taxpayer or the average YouTuber goes, guess what? You're footing the bill, fucker. So it's two sides of the spectrum. One, yes, YouTube and its sort of lack of paying attention to what their biggest contributors are doing. That's not to say that big YouTubers also won't be feeling a sting from changes by YouTube and Google. Good work, Logan Paul. You're probably the least liked dude in the fucking Preferred Partners program, or was. According to YouTube, we're changing Google Preferred so it not only offers the most popular content on YouTube, but also the most vetted, most popular content simply because you promote the shit out of it. You guys don't even give anything else like a shot. You literally gotta drag yourself to the top before they promote you. I shouldn't add that part. We created Google Preferred to surface YouTube's most engaging channels and to help our consumers easily reach our most passionate audiences. Moving forward, the channels included in Google Preferred will be manually viewed and ads will only run on videos that have been verified to meet our ad-friendly guidelines. We expect to complete manual reviews of Google's preferred channels and videos by mid-February in the US and by the end of March in all other markets where Google Preferred is offered. So the top cats won't have the easy ride they had before. Now they'll all have to be careful of what they say and do. This does seem to ring a little bit of censorship, but hey, fuck them. They're rich enough, I say. I think Google's gonna hire 10,000 people for this or something like that, so whoopee. And the rest of us get to live with the weird ad changes that only affect the 99 percentile or something like that. I can't remember what the hell they said it was. Something wacky like 90% of the people who will be affected by this barely make $100 in a year. Or don't even come close to that. Or is it $2 in a year? Some crap like that. And on the other side of the spectrum, they can't really give monetization to everyone because there's a lot of motherfuckers not performing. If you don't perform at your job, you're gonna get fired. That's just the truth of the fucking matter. There's a lot of channels that aren't making any money. I'm gonna click this chick's channel right now. She's cute as all hell. Mei Ling Ling. Oh my god, what a name. My kind of girl. You can tell she's slightly crazy. I don't know. I guess that's a thing for me. I love crazy chicks with big teeth. Maybe it's because Bugs Bunny used to dress in drag and he confused me. Enough about me. How was your day? Alright, Mei Ling Ling. She's complaining about this shit on Twitter. She hasn't made a video in 9 months and she's complaining. You can't complain. You're not doing anything. YouTube has every right not to give you monetization, honest to God. When they took the monetization off my other channel, I had no bones about it. I did nothing with that channel for years. Can't get upset with a stark realization. YouTube's losing money. Mainly because the biggest people they're paying out are fucking idiots. But what do you expect? It's Jake and Logan Paul, it's PewDiePie. These guys aren't great arbiters. They're not leaders of men. They're a bunch of white guys that look good, somehow built a following, people love them for nothing, and you can't expect much of them. They haven't gone to school for proper etiquette. But honestly, the wrong people are being punished. I mean, I understand YouTube's thought process, but on the other hand, it's because of stupidity. And it's not the stupidity of the smaller community. But again, on the other hand, you could look at it as, you know, advertisers finding their ads on hate speech videos and shit like that on smaller channels. So even small channels aren't to blame. I'm not saying everyone's to blame, but fuck, it's like, it's a huge fucking fuckfest, man. I don't know what to tell you. But a lot of these channels, man, they're just not performing. A perfect example of the underperforming YouTube channel. I have a friend. She wants to be a YouTube and Twitch star. Her YouTube channels are dead. I told her everything she needs to do to get people to pay attention to her channel. I've even explained to her making thumbnails. I made her a thumbnail template where she could kind of understand what my thought process was, methodology, and follow it step by step. Every part was there for her to look at and go, oh, so he does this and this, this, and this. I even explained editing to her. And the funny thing was, she did none of these things. She puts out videos that are honestly often subpar and lazily done. or if she has some sort of technical difficulty, she doesn't bother to even edit it out. And then she complains about YouTube as if it's the problem. And it's like, you're the problem, but you won't even face it. You won't even look at yourself and go, I've got some issues. There are also other people on the side of the spectrum that their YouTube channels are doing pretty decent, in my opinion. There's one YouTube channel I came across called Purity Sin. She's up to 15K subs. She gets a decent amount of views for videos that are basically any video that has something to do with sexual crap. You know, like for some reason, she reads off these weird 2D sort of adventure sex games that usually have Star Wars characters in it or DC characters or Marvel characters. And frankly, she's doing real well. I noticed her putting up a tweet saying that YouTube was going to take away her ad revenue, but I find that hard to fucking believe. I really do. Considering every statistic she has on Social Blade says she's destroying me. She's doing double what I'm doing. Mainly because it's a woman reading sexual stuff, and there's a lot of fucking horny guys on the internet that are just dying for a woman to read them dirty sex stories with their favorite cartoon characters. Hey, don't hate the player, hate the game.
Becoming comfortable. Comfortable? Yes, I'm just being stuck. Yes, I'm great just being stuck in some weird place. You sigh and hold down a button on your belt for a moment. All right, geez. Well, I've given you some time to adjust. Now you have to prove your worthiness as entertainment. What do you want from me? You could lift up your skirt. I'd like to get a closer look at your physiology. Lift my skirt, you pig. You're a demented pervert, Luthor. I know you don't have any panties on. I prevented your bio clothing from creating them. So you made it so I couldn't have panties on?
But I'm noticing she's telling people that she's losing her monetization and everything. I'm going to keep an eye on her channel because I don't think she's going to lose her monetization. She's got everything it takes to basically do well. Also, her Patreon makes some serious cash. She might be double dipping. Wish I could double dip. As I delve deeper into the tweets of many enraged small YouTube creators, some that have justifiable cause to be angry, and others who have no right to be angry because they just didn't up their game or never had it to begin with. I'm not trying to be rude or an asshole. I know this is the most savage man alive, but I'll tell you the fucking truth. Better step it up. It's like RuPaul's Drag Race, okay? And YouTube is RuPaul. YouTube is Mama Ru. All right, we're walking the runway, bitch. And Ru said, this is your last chance to impress me and save yourself. Don't fuck it up. And instead, everybody's on fucking Twitter screaming at the top of their lungs in a fashion that's befitting a small, annoying, petulant child. The new movement on Twitch everyone is screaming about, I'm seeing now, is ad block. I'm seeing fucking tweets. If I can't support my friends, then I'm ad blocking everyone. I'm not giving to someone else's paycheck. The fuck is your problem? Has anyone ever stopped and thought, maybe using ad block for the past couple years on YouTube is one of the reasons why YouTube has been hemorrhaging money for years? Like the golden days of everybody making money on YouTube went out the window the second a lot of you motherfuckers, as someone who's been on YouTube for a long time, this specifically goes to most of these motherfuckers.
Oh my.
Had no bones about sitting there laughing about using ad block on YouTube videos. A lot of them. I see when ad block really hit, it hit YouTube hard and everyone involved. I remember one time I got a YouTube check for $400 years ago, and I thought, oh my God, this is it. This is the shift. This is when YouTube is really gonna start working for me. God, was like 2010, maybe 11, right? And I'm like, YouTube's really gonna start working for me. Maybe I can make money off of my YouTube videos. Great. And ad blocker came out that summer, literally a month after I got that check, and I went from getting $400 to $50, just like that. Boom, go fuck yourself. People were using ad block. That was it.
How did this happen? Who's to blame? Well, certainly there are those who are more responsible than others, and they will be held accountable. But again, truth be told, if you're looking for the guilty, you need only look into a mirror.
Now YouTube is prioritizing bigger channels. Is it right? No. But if YouTube's gonna stick around, they don't have much of a choice. We're in a rock and a fucking hard place. As much as I want to roast YouTube because they're in the wrong, I also understand the necessity that sometimes sacrifices have to be fucking made. And frankly, if a couple really small, shitty YouTube channels which there are a lot of. There are a lot of channels.
Hey everyone, my name is Ghost, and I am your personal rapper, game developer, and #1 YouTube personality. And wait for it. Booyah! Cool text, edit thing.
One of my favorite small YouTube channels is this like Romanian guy. I wish I could find his stuff. It's so hard to find him. All he does is dance in a field. He's like, good evening, my friends. This is my happy dance. And he just starts dancing. Do I feel he deserves money for that level of content? Not really, but I'm not going to begrudge him of it. But I'm just saying, if someone's getting a cut, it may as well be people not performing. I don't know. I'm mad. I'm mad at YouTube. I'm mad at Jake Paul. I'm mad at Logan Paul. I'm mad at the system. I'm mad at how YouTube has, in all honesty, gone out of its way to support and enable bigger YouTubers to the point of where they're almost infallible in the eyes of many people until they fuck up super royally and something has to be done. And the fact that smaller channels are going to pay for it does suck. But on the other hand, how many tiny channels are out there not really putting anything out and getting monetization? How many channels are there on YouTube? Because there's so many people using YouTube, I don't even know the numbers. But how many channels where somebody maybe made videos for like a month or two and they just figured, I quit. And then those videos are still getting monetization. From a business standpoint, it makes sense that the monetization be taken because nobody's watching those videos. Why the fuck would you even waste it there? Maybe it might give an asshole like me a little bit more money. Who the fuck knows? If anyone deserves to be paid something, I honestly feel it's me. For as Lord Gaben has said on my Twitter account, I am the son of God. What was that, Bob? Ugh. This sort of tastes like dick. Ah, cool, refreshing water that tastes like vagina. Anyone who's ever gone down on a woman knows that I'm lying there. The other idea I've seen making the rounds on Twitter is the whole, well, instead of doing this to small YouTube creators, why don't we just get rid of the big YouTube channels that create all the controversy? Which is pretty much people saying, let's get rid of Logan Paul, Jake Paul, PewDiePie, etc. As much as I like the idea of getting rid of Logan Paul and Jake Paul, PewDiePie doesn't bother me that much anymore because compared to the other evils out there on YouTube, he's non-existent in that sort of spectrum. But as much as the jealous bastard in me would like to see them just get kicked for fucking up versus the rest of us taking ad issues and so on and so forth, I can see farther than my own nose. If YouTube were to get rid of Logan Paul, Jake Paul, and all the rest that fucked up, that'd be the end of YouTube pretty much. Or it would be the death knells, if you will. It would signal the beginning of the end, or the end of the beginning, as they say. The simple fact is, those guys, all of them, they bring in YouTube a lot of money from advertisers. A lot of money. More money than probably 99% of the YouTube community. If you're not in that top 1%, you probably don't really matter, or top 10%. And if they were to get rid of them, we wouldn't make up the revenue fucking lost. I mean, YouTube would probably just start to wither and die at that point, worse than it is now. YouTube has cancer, but it's on chemo. If their big stars are gone, forget it. It's stage 4, it's uncurable, it's over. So if we get rid of them, we go down with them. And I think a lot of people don't see that. They don't realize that. They don't seem to understand YouTube is hemorrhaging cash. Yes, due to many of the foolish mistakes of YouTube. Yes, to the fact that they allowed their bigger YouTubers to basically fuck up on multiple occasions and barely do shit to rein them in. Yes, because YouTube was too fucking stupid, or maybe I should say cheap, to invest in getting people to actually review video stuff. I mean, to really look into stuff and sort of vet the website. But maybe them doing that was a good idea, because if you look at it as a double-edged sword, let's say they did get people to go through YouTube and make sure that certain videos didn't get monetization. There's a good shot that people who are working for YouTube might have had personal reasons and vendettas to get rid of certain channels that they found personally offensive. Then you run into that issue where the people in charge of things start to use their power however they see fit instead of just living by a neutral guideline. So maybe YouTube doesn't have it that easy. In all honesty, this just seems like a big fucking kerfuffle, and it's hard to make sense of what's truly right and wrong. There is no black and white here. There's a whole shit ton of gray. And in the end, I'm left to wonder what will happen, because frankly, I could be next on the chopping block. Everyone could be next on the chopping block. I'm under no delusion that YouTube loves me or cares about me. I'm also under no delusion that I'm a big YouTuber. Believe me, 30,000 subscribers to some people sounds like a lot, but to me it seems like next to nothing in the grand scheme of YouTubing. In all honesty, I'm a fucking shit snack, so don't think I'm saying all this shit because I think I'm on a pedestal and I'm free of these issues and it doesn't affect me. Wrong. I still feel like a small YouTuber. In fact, in my opinion, I am. So it's coming from someone who sees the writing on the wall, what must be done and how to survive it. I'm just not sugarcoating it for anyone. And I'm not alone in this sentiment. I've actually even seen Chris Raygun sharing similar ideas and beliefs.
I don't find myself as upset as I have with, you know, some of the more recent attempts on YouTube to understand the creators. Because I find 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time for most people to be very, very achievable if you are putting in the work that is required to have a successful channel. Honestly, that's my genuine opinion. I started YouTube in 2007, and I didn't achieve 1,000 subscribers until mid-2014.
I'm gonna be straight with you. I have no idea what the hell I just made. I really don't. I truly...
Mid-2014, it took me 7 years to reach 1,000 subscribers. And that sounds like a long time, until you realize that all 7 of those years, up until the last remaining months, were spent not trying to do YouTube as a job at all. Months. I think it took maybe three months, that might be maybe even less time. And I started treating YouTube seriously. I put all of my time into it. It became a full-time job, even though I wasn't making much money at all back in those days. I was not able to monetize, you know, whatever little money I was earning was like maybe $10, $15 a pop a year, probably. I might be misremembering that because it's been so long, but it was a very minuscule amount. But I put so much of my life into the channel in 2014, I passed that milestone. And, you know, since that time in 2014, it's 2018 now, it's the beginning of 2018, I had 1,000 subscribers, and now I'm at 440 something. I don't even know. It's insane. And I know that people typically don't like the, you know, you can pull yourself up by the bootstraps mentality. And I understand that, you know, it's not always possible for everybody to do.
Subscribe this whole shit, you know.
That
it ain't the
is
greatest
the reality
video ever.
But I truly believe that if you have the drive and if you have, you know, something to share, be that a comedic lens, an idea, I truly believe that if you try very, very hard, you can do it. And I only say that because I did it accidentally. And to be completely honest, I don't even know what I'm doing half the time. I still feel like I'm just fumbling over myself trying to figure this thing out, but I managed to do it. And I know it might come across as like, you know, Chris has gotten, you know, too big. He's forgotten what it was like, but I haven't. I specifically remember how difficult it was to convince everybody around me that what I was doing, what I was pouring so much of my time into, was not a waste of time. I was making no money for such a long time. For such a long time.
A lot of people aren't taking YouTube seriously. They put up whatever and say fuck it. They make lackluster videos with little to no editing, mostly no editing. I've seen a lot of people do zero editing, and they're upset that their channel's being demonetized. And it's like, you don't do anything. You know, like you give the absolute bare minimum possible. What do you expect? The only people I feel bad for are people who actually put in a lot of effort and put up daily content or every other day content or something like that. The people who understand that the YouTube algorithm changed in 2017 and it favored people who put out stuff on the regular. That's why I made the paradigm shift, because I knew what I had to do if I wanted to get somewhere. It's not as simple as, let me put out my weekly videos on Wednesdays, smash the like button. I don't have that luxury, and neither do most people. If your YouTube channel is not already big, if you don't have a huge following, you cannot afford to rest on your laurels. You cannot afford to basically put out videos when you feel like it. well, feel like it without any fucking monetization. YouTube isn't playing with you. Life isn't playing with you. You just got a taste of life, little babies. Some of you don't know any better because you've been living in this sort of seclusion echo chamber you've built for yourself. Well, I hate to tell you, the chamber just broke open and it's me shouting down the fucking hole. You fucked, fucker. So you better make some moves, baby. Nothing to it but to do it. You want to get somewhere on YouTube, you better put in the effort. And if you're doing YouTube because your end game is to become the next PewDiePie or whatever, to make millions of dollars and some crazy shit turn into a career, oh, you want to get big and you're going to help your friends and family, you're going to be a pillar of the community, you're going to do this and that with charity, forget it. You're going to be sitting on your ass forever dreaming. The people who usually hit the lottery are the people who don't give a fuck about it. And on that note, I'm the hell out of here. Because frankly, I could talk about this forever. And most likely, most of my opinions that I have aren't really part of the echo chamber going on right now, where it's a whole lot of pity partying and everybody's like, okay, let's subscribe to each other. We're going to get back at YouTube. We're going to use ad block. We're going to do this and this. We're going to show you what's up. And it's just like, that's the right mentality. That's not the thought process of a winner. You know? I mean, I'm not being an asshole here, but because I'm not really a winner. But I've always been a man who was willing to do what he had to do when the time came, no matter what it was. And the mentality I have, and I had when I was doing YouTube, because all I wanted from YouTube for me personally is I just wanted that silver play button. I didn't care about the money, because ain't much of it. I did want some free tech stuff, but that went right out the window the second I started looking at the industry as a whole. And I'm like, these companies are fucking people. I can't sit here and smile like Linus Tech Tips and pretend everything's okay. This is bullshit. So basically my integrity got in the way of me becoming a shill. But point being, overall, all I really wanted was that silver play button. That was it. I just wanted an award to say that I did something and prove to some people in my life that I could do something big, kinda, you know. I wasn't really motivated by the money or anything else. And I know people who are on YouTube and their whole thought process is, I need this to work because I don't want to do a normal job. I need to become rich and famous because I'm better than this. And it's just like, your whole thought process is tweaked. You're coming in here wanting to be, you know, huge. And then the sad thing is, most of these people that I know that are like this put in no effort at all. They like just put up whatever and they're like, why isn't anyone watching this? Because it sucks. Because it's poorly done. You have shown the people that are on your channel, like you're losing subscribers, you're losing followers on Twitch, you're losing. What does it tell you? What is the one factor that is a constant in all of your endeavors? And it's you. If you lack self-reflection, you're fucked. And if you're looking at the goal at the end, but you have no plan of action to get there, you're fucked. And if you're on YouTube now complaining about not being able to monetize your videos, but you don't have more than 50 subs, or you're like, honest to God, making 34 cents a month, what the fuck does it matter? Like, for real, if you're making that little, what the fuck? You're never gonna get that money. YouTube has a $100 threshold. If you are making 34 cents a month, we're doing the math here. And when I say we're doing the math, the computer's doing the math. Oh my God. How am I gonna, let's see, $100, 34 cents. Oh my God. If this is correct, if you're making 34 cents a month and you're complaining about losing your monetization, by the time you got the money from YouTube, it would take you 294 months. 24.5 years. Jesus Christ. It's not worth it at that point. You can go stand on a street corner for a cup and pretend to be homeless and make more money than YouTube's paying you. And on that, I'm out of here. I'm done with this. It's actually it's because I don't want to pander to people who only want to hear the same things that everyone else is screaming. This isn't fair. We're getting fucked. It's all fucked. And yes, in a way, it is fucked. But on the other hand, a lot of people aren't making anything anyway. A lot of people have monetization on their videos and they don't make any videos anymore. So what does it matter? And on the other hand, I don't want to support YouTube because I kind of hate what YouTube's been doing for the past while, but I see the methodology behind it. And honestly, we all know that Logan Paul's a part of this. Like, that just brought a new catalyst, a new microscope to look at things. He may not be fully responsible, but he's a large beacon that hit the thing, whether people want to believe it or not. Either it's Logan Paul fans who sit there and go, this isn't his fault, or people that are super alt-right or whatever and want to sit there and I don't know what the fuck. Whenever someone complains about something, you know, you always get some alt-right dude coming in there and screaming, fucking liberals crying over this and this. Stop blaming a successful man like Logan Paul. I don't fucking know, man. Fuck all of this shit. It's a mess. Fuck it. Here's my advice so I can get the hell out of here. Don't start making YouTube videos because you think it's gonna make you rich or famous. I'm fucking proof of it. And on top of that, what little sort of celebrity I've garnered in the community, it's kind of scary. You know, it's weird that people know who the fuck you are. And everything you do is under a microscope and under scrutiny. You play a game poorly, people will fucking roast you for it. You can't even enjoy playing a game anymore. In my case, maybe I should have like pretended to be gay and do the makeup artist videos. That could have probably gotten me way farther than this shit. Okay, today we're doing a trap makeup style, so that way you can fool people into believing you're actually a woman. Okay, let's do it! My name's Corey, good morning! You know, something like that, and just fucking ride the waves of success, hanging out with Gigi Gorgeous, being on RuPaul's Drag Race. But then TMZ would just expose me for not being gay, so then I'd lose all my money anyway, so maybe this is all for the better.